All right, so I kind of been slouching on the videos, but I have some updates, some pretty big crazy update, and then I have another like it's an update, but it's more of like an idea that I have. So, first things first, I made all the videos, with the Jonathan stuff. Well, I hit him up a few days ago asking for my cymbals for like a drum set, like the cymbals for a drum set or whatever. I had some pretty decent ones that were kind of just sitting there that I never used and he never really used, I don't think. And I really wanted them because either I was thinking about buying like a decent drum set or just maybe trying to sell them, because I did pay for them like over a year ago, and they're not even they were never used. They've been sitting there since I bought them. So hit him up and he came over and brought them to me, and we kind of just started chatting, kind of clicked and everything. I don't know. But no, we've been hanging out quite a bit this weekend. And now it's Monday, but we're actually off today as well, so we might ride around and chill. But yeah, that's the biggest update. It's pretty crazy. It's different, like I have my own house, my own car now, a job. He's got his, he's at his aunt's house still. He actually finally got his license, and he got a new, a truck finally, and he got everything. And it's kind of different. I don't have to, go over there to kind of just find something to do. It's kind of just, whenever we want to hang out, when that time's right, we hang out. But another thing that I wanted to talk about. So, I got my car, I got my house, got a good job, and there are a few things that I want to do. Now, that I'm kind of at my own place permanently now, and that everything's going pretty good. I want to get a bike. I've been wanting a bike for so long. I should have tried to get one years ago. I want one super, super bad. I don't know. I've always wanted a bike. And when I say bike, I don't mean a Honda Grom or a Harley Davidson. I mean a ZX6R, CBR 600, maybe like a Gixxer, maybe like a Gixxer 600, like, a sport bike. But I'm considering a couple things. So, number one, I've been telling myself that I'm going to lose weight before I get a bike, so I don't look like stupid and like just fucking funny on a bike. So I'm definitely going to do that. But I don't know. I want to get a bike. I'm not exactly sure when, but I've been considering a couple options. So I want to start smaller. So like I want a good mix. I don't want I don't want a R7, Yamaha R7. I don't want like a Ninja 400, Ninja 300. I don't want like a CBR 500. I don't like that like non-inline four sound with just like the twins. I want, a 4-cylinder sound. But obviously a 600 is a pretty powerful bike, especially for a beginner. I've rode plenty of dirt bikes and stuff like that, but I've never rode. It's just different. I've rode bicycles all my life. I rode dirt bikes a lot. It's just still completely different. I drive manual cars. I know how to drive a manual bike. It's still different. And I want to like slowly like move up. So what I'm thinking about doing is either getting a CBR 650, which is literally still an inline four. It has the same crotch rocket super sport bike sound, but it's like 40 to 50 horsepower less. It's just slower, but it still has the look and the sound. Or the main one that I'm considering is it's pretty expensive, especially being brand new, but a ZX4RR. And that's literally like, it's instead of it being a 600cc like the ZX6R, the Suzuki Gixxer, this Kawasaki ZX6R, it's a 400cc. So it's quite a bit slower. it's like half the power, but it still looks the same and sounds the same. And with an ECU flash and, you know, full exhaust, stuff like that, you can definitely get a lot more power. But I want something brand new like that, and I don't know. I think I want to go with that. I don't know. I might can get one delivered to me. Who knows? I don't know how that would work because we don't live near a big city. I think the biggest city next closest to us is Atlanta or Memphis, and both of those are over a 2-hour drive. I think Memphis might be slightly closer, but I don't know. Atlanta's relatively. Wait, no, Atlanta's further. Atlanta's like, I'm thinking of Birmingham. Birmingham is like 2 hours, and then Atlanta is like 4 hours, 4.5 hours. But I definitely do want to get a bike. Me, Jacob, and Jonathan are all considering getting bikes, so that's something cool. I'm excited about it. You know, we kind of it gives me like another goal and something else to save up for. Jacob is getting a vehicle sometime. I'm not sure when. I don't know what he's gonna get, but you know, I've already got my car, and I think I want something where I can drive maybe like twice a week, and then maybe like sometimes on the weekends. I don't want it to be a daily driver, but just something that would put less miles on this thing. Even though it's pretty low miles, it's only like 90,000 miles. It's just miles, with it being a 2013. But I like this car, but at the end of the day, it's still a Hyundai. You know, I love Hyundais, but you're not gonna get 300,000 miles out of a Hyundai. I can tell you that. Especially, you know, it's not no old Honda. It's not, you know, it's not a vehicle that'll get over 300,000 miles. But yeah, me, Jonathan, and Jacob are all talking about getting bikes. Either that, like actually, this is another thing. I'm kind of indecisive because I've considered getting a ATV or a what's it called, a bike. You know, like I don't know, because I don't know. I could get a brand new, really good bike and still pay the same for a brand new ATV. You know, like a brand new Raptor 700. I think that is actually more than the bikes that I'm looking at. You can get a brand new 600 for like $12K, and then I think the ZX4 is like $9 to $10K. So I mean, either way, I'm going to spend around $10,000, which is a lot, especially for it being cash. But I don't know. I'd like to have one by my birthday, maybe. Who knows? I don't know. We're gonna see though. We're gonna see what I can do. But that's the goal, is to buy a bike. And honestly, I don't know. I could get a pretty good 600 used, and that, honestly, this is what I want to do. I want to get a used bike because it's just so much cheaper, and I don't want to get a brand new bike and honestly, I don't know. I don't want to get a brand new bike and accidentally like drop it somehow, you know, just being a new rider until I really get the feeling of one. But honestly, like, I don't know, I may just get like a used CBR 500, or if I can find one, maybe like a used CBR 650 or something like that. But I know I can get an older, like maybe like a 08, 09, you know, CBR 600, Gixxers, you know, ZX6, R6, whatever, for like around 4,000 to 5,000 would get me a really good bike. That's pretty reliable, that's with no issues, usually a full exhaust, stuff like that. But I don't know. We'll see. And also, not even that, it would be so much easier to save that amount of money, because I don't know, 10K for my first bike, that's a little steep. So I'm thinking of maybe just, maybe 4,000. But we'll see. Who knows? But more videos to come, more updates, life updates, more, like automotive, car and bike type of like videos coming, maybe stuff like that. But who knows? We're gonna find out what I decide to do. But I definitely want to get either a Raptor 700 ATV, quad, whatever, or a like a 600 sport bike. But we're gonna see. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.